It never ceases to amaze me on how the smallest shift in our perspective can have the greatest impact on our lives. Hi, everyone. Chris NATZKE here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week. Several years ago, I found myself in a situation that I never thought I'd find myself in. I was now divorced after a 26-year relationship with my now former wife, and was playing the role of single dad to our 13-year-old son, Jason. Now, I have to say that Jason was and is an amazing young man, and now a grown man, and he was a joy to raise. But they're still in that situation of having those pressures of having a life that I hadn't planned on living, really put a lot of strain on me. And one of the things that I found a lot of tension in is just playing the role of single dad and having to play the role of chauffeur. I mean, I was driving Jason to school in the morning. I was picking him up in the evening. I was driving him to work. I was taking him on his little dates, and I was starting to feel sorry for myself. So one day I was sitting in the parking lot of the high school waiting for Jason to come out, and I was on the phone with my good friend Tom, and I of course was complaining about what a terrible situation I was in and how much my life had been disrupted and disturbed because I had to cart my son around everywhere. And I felt like nothing more than a glorified chauffeur. And there was a moment of silence on the phone, and then Tom wisely said to me, he said, "Chris, you need to realize something. You don't have to take your son to school. You get to take him to school." Well, that was followed by another moment of awkward silence as I let it sink in. At first, I think I was angry at what he had said, but afterwards, I started to realize he was absolutely right. You see, the alternative to that would have been for Jason to be living with his mom 3,000 miles away in Hawaii, and I would have been the one that would have been looking forward to seeing him maybe just a handful of times a year. You don't get to take your son to school, or you don't have to take him. You get to take him to school. So I want you to think about that. How does that impact you in your life? What are the things that right now you're viewing as things you have to do that might drag you down? But when you shift the perspective, you realize you get to do them. You don't have to eat healthy. You get to eat foods that nourish your body. You don't have to exercise. You get to move your body in exciting ways. You don't have to go to work. You get to be in a profession that challenges you. And if you don't like it, you get to change it. When we do that and when we shift that perspective, we take our power back. And so this week, what I'd like you to do is consider where are those areas in your life that you might have an opportunity to move from have to get to. Now, if you're thinking about that and you're like, wow, I'd really like to maybe take that to the next level, I'd love to have you check out my upcoming coaching program called the Breaking Through Coaching Program. That'll be starting on February 6th. And in this, what we're going to do is bring a group of high-spirited men together, and we're going to talk about breakthroughs that we want to have in our lives, and we're going to guide you through that process with the help of the group as well as me facilitating and coaching through that. So if you're interested, if you really want to have a breakthrough in your life, if you want to be able to transform those have-tos into get-tos and really springboard into having some success in this upcoming year, check out the link below and set up a 30-minute discovery call with me. We can see if this is a good fit for you. So this has been Chris Natsky with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. Go out there, transform your have-tos into get-tos, and I'll see you next time on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.